A man I heard from recently. 9 months sober. Stable. Doing the work. Told me he sat in his apartment on a Friday night and scrolled through his phone. 12 contacts. He could not call any of them. 3 were people he used with. 4 were family members he hurt. 2 were from treatment that he lost touch with. 3 were from before. People he ghosted during active use and was too ashamed to reach back out to. 12 names. 0 safe calls. How many people in your phone could you actually call right now? Not theoretically, right now, tonight, if you needed someone. If that number is small, or if it is 0, this episode is for you. We have spent 11 episodes rebuilding the inside. Your brain chemistry, your sleep, your stress response, your identity, your daily structure. All of that was internal work. Today, we turn outward. Because the best internal architecture in the world cannot protect you if you are completely alone. Thank you for being here. Especially if being here is easier than being with another person right now. I understand that. And by the end of today, I want to make being with another person feel a little less impossible. This is Recovery Decoded, Episode 12, The People Part. Your body is healing. Here is the map. You choose the route. Here is what isolation does to your brain. And I need you to hear this, because isolation in recovery does not feel dangerous. It feels safe. That is what makes it so destructive. Your brain treats loneliness as a survival threat. For most of human evolution, being separated from the group meant death. Your hypothalamus does not know you live in a modern world with locks on the door and food in the fridge. It knows you are alone. And it responds the same way it responds to any threat. Cortisol rises. Your amygdala becomes more reactive. Your stress baseline elevates. All of the progress we made in episode 3, the cortisol normalization, the stress settling, isolation reverses it. Not because something bad happened, because something essential is missing. Multiple studies show that social isolation is one of the top 3 predictors of relapse, alongside stress and untreated mental health conditions. Not because isolated people are weaker, because their nervous system is under chronic low-grade threat with no buffer. And here is the neuroscience of why connection feels so hard right now. There is a chemical called oxytocin. It is your bonding hormone. It is released during physical closeness, warm conversation, eye contact, trust, and vulnerability. During active use, your brain deprioritized oxytocin pathways. The reward system was hijacked by the substance. Every relationship became secondary. Not because you stopped caring, because your neurochemistry stopped allowing you to act on caring. Now you are sober, and the oxytocin system is rebuilding. But trust, the foundation of connection was the thing your addiction destroyed most thoroughly. You broke promises. You lied. You disappeared. And the people around you learned to protect themselves from you. Now you want back in, and the door is heavy on both sides. You do not trust yourself to be consistent. They do not trust you to stay. Remember the ventral vagal social engagement system from episode 9. Your ability to feel safe with another person is mediated by the vagus nerve. In early recovery, that system is weakened. Connection does not just feel emotionally hard, it feels physically threatening. Your nervous system predicts danger from vulnerability because historically, vulnerability led to situations where you used. So your body says, stay home, close the door. That is safer. It is not safer. It is familiar. And familiar is not the same as safe. Where does isolation live in your body? Notice right now as I describe this. A tightness in your chest. Not like a craving, more like a hollow ache. The kind that is hard to name because it is not sharp. It is just there all the time. The urge to stay inside, to cancel plans, to not answer the phone. Not because you are busy, because the effort of performing connection, when you cannot fully feel it, is exhausting. Call back to episode 11. Anhedonia makes socializing feel like work. Isolation feels like rest. But it is not rest. It is your nervous system choosing the familiar danger of being alone over the unfamiliar risk of being seen. The phone check. Think about calling someone right now. Not actually doing it, just think about it. What do you feel in your body? Tightness? Dread? A vague sense of, I should, but I cannot? That physical response is your nervous system predicting threat from vulnerability. It is not truth. It is a prediction based on old data. And old data can be overwritten with new experience. Real talk. If you have burned every bridge, if your contact list looks like that man's, I am not going to pretend that is easy. Some bridges are gone. That is real. Certain relationships will not survive what happened during active use. And grieving those losses is a legitimate part of recovery that nobody gives enough space to. But not all of them are gone. Some of the ones you think are gone are actually just dormant. People are more forgiving than your shame tells you they are. The shame from episode 8. It tells you that everyone has written you off. It speaks with certainty about things it does not actually know. Some of those 12 contacts would answer if you called. You will not know until you try. And trying is terrifying. I know. If you are isolating and calling it being fine, if you tell people you just need space, or that you are an introvert, or that you are happier alone, I need to challenge that gently but directly. Introversion is a personality trait. Isolation in recovery is a symptom, and the difference matters. Introverts recharge alone, but still engage. Isolation is avoidance dressed as preference. Your nervous system is choosing solitude, not because it is what you need, but because connection feels like a threat it is not ready for. And if you do not know how to start, if the idea of rebuilding feels as impossible as it felt to get sober in the first place, you do not have to rebuild everything. You need one person, one safe connection, one voice on the other end of the phone. Start there. One person is enough. One person is the entire foundation. Before we get into the scripts, I want to say something about the people around you and what you should and should not expect from them. Because recovery changes every relationship. And understanding who does what protects both you and them. Your sponsor is there to guide your program. They are not your therapist, your financial advisor, or your emergency contact for everything. If a sponsor is making decisions about your personal life, who you can date, where you can live, what medication you take, that has crossed a line. We covered that in episode 5. A sponsor guides. A sponsor does not control. Your therapist is there to help you process and build skills. They are not your friend. The relationship has boundaries for a reason. Those boundaries protect the work. Your spouse or partner is there to love you. They are not your accountability system. If you are using your partner as your sole support structure, you are putting a weight on the relationship that will crack it. You need support outside your marriage. That is not a failure of the relationship. It is protecting it. Your family is there to care about you. They are not there to monitor you, rescue you, or manage your recovery. The most loving family member is the one who lets you feel the consequences of your own choices while making it clear they are not going anywhere. And your role is to show up, do the work, communicate your needs, and set the boundaries that protect your recovery. That is enough. You do not have to manage everyone else's experience of your recovery. That is their work. This is yours. Now, boundaries. Exact words for exact situations. Because knowing you need boundaries means nothing if you do not have the language when the moment arrives. Your romantic partner or spouse. Recovery changes the power dynamic in a relationship. They may be relieved you are sober and simultaneously resentful. They may test you. They may bring up the past during arguments. Or they may still drink and not understand why that is hard for you. When they bring up the past during a fight, I hear you. What I did was real and it hurt you. But I cannot have a productive conversation about today if we are relitigating last year. Can we talk about what is happening right now? When they drink around you and it triggers you, I am not asking you to stop drinking. I am asking you to not drink in front of me right now. This is temporary. I just need this while my brain is still healing. When they use your recovery as leverage, my recovery is not a debt I owe you. It is something I am doing because I need to. I want to rebuild this with you. But that cannot happen if we are keeping score. When intimacy feels pressured, I want to be close to you. My body is not there yet. That is not about you. It is neurological. I need patience, not pressure. Your parents or older family members, they may hover, monitor every move, bring up every failure, or they may be in complete denial. When they hover, I understand why you do not trust me yet. I have given you reasons not to. But I need space to build my own accountability. Checking on me constantly does not help me learn to check on myself. When they bring up old failures, I know my track record. I am building a new one. I need you to let today be today. When they enable giving money, making excuses, covering consequences, I know you are trying to help, but protecting me from consequences teaches my brain that consequences do not exist. The most loving thing you can do right now is let me feel the weight of my own choices. When they deny the problem exists, I need you to hear this, even if it is hard. I have an addiction. It is real. I am getting help. And I need you to see it so we can deal with it together instead of pretending. Get till the most painful category and the one that requires the most care. For adult children who are angry, you have every right to be angry. I am not asking you to forgive me right now. I am asking if there is space for me to show you over time that things are different. You get to decide the pace. For adult children who have cut you off, I sent this because I want you to know I am in recovery and I am working on understanding the harm I caused. I am not asking for a response. I just want you to know the door is open on my end whenever you are ready. If that is never, I will respect that. For younger children, age-appropriate honesty. Mommy was sick in a way that made me act differently. I am getting better now. If you ever feel scared or confused, you can tell me, or you can tell and name a trusted adult. Your feelings are always okay. And sometimes you need to set a boundary with your children to protect your recovery. I love you, and I need to take care of myself right now so I can take better care of you. That means I am going to my meeting, and I will be back at, and name the time. This is part of me getting better. Friends who still use. This is the hardest social boundary because these are people you have history with. The honest conversation. I care about you. I need you to know I am in recovery. I cannot be around substances right now. That is not a judgment on you. It is about what my brain needs to heal. When they pressure you, this is not negotiable for me right now. If we cannot spend time together without it being there, I need to take a break from this for a while. When they mock your recovery. I know this seems like a big deal over nothing to you, but this is my life. I need you to respect that, even if you do not understand it. When you need to leave, I need to go. It is not personal. I will call you tomorrow. Short. No justification, no argument. And the friendship that has to end. I cannot maintain this friendship and protect my recovery at the same time. That is not about who you are. It is about where I am. I hope that changes in the future. But right now, I have to choose me. The workplace. Whether to disclose is a personal decision. There is no right answer. but here are scripts for common situations. If you choose to tell your manager, I want to let you know that I am dealing with a health issue that requires treatment. I may need some flexibility for appointments. I am committed to my work and I want it to be upfront. Notice you do not have to say the word addiction. A health issue that requires treatment is accurate and protected under the ADA. At a work event with alcohol, no thanks, I am good. If pushed, I am on a medication that does not mix with alcohol. That ends 99% of conversations. No further explanation, no awkward silence. It is medically plausible and nobody questions it. When work stress becomes a trigger, I need to step out for 10 minutes. That is it. You do not owe an explanation. Walk outside. Box breathe from episode 3. Run the HALT check. Come back. Now, the reconnection scripts. For relationships you want to rebuild. The Call Someone script from episode 4 comes in 3 versions depending on what you need. Crisis version. I am having a hard moment. I do not need you to fix it. I just need to not be alone with it for 5 minutes. Check-in version. Hey, I just wanted to hear a voice. How are you? Reconnection version. I know it has been a while. I have been going through something. I am not asking for anything. I just wanted you to know I am still here. And for damaged relationships where you want to begin repair. I know I hurt you. I am working on understanding why. I am not asking for forgiveness right now. I am asking if you are open to hearing what I am learning about myself. You do not have to use these word for word, but if you have been staring at your phone, unable to figure out what to say, now you have the words. Use them. One more thing. Where to find new connections if the old ones are gone. Recovery meetings. Any lane from episode 5. You do not have to commit to a program to attend a meeting. You can just show up and listen. Sober social groups. These exist in most cities and online. People doing normal things without substances. Search for sober activities in your area. Volunteer work. Helping others activates the same vagal circuits as receiving help. The oxytocin release from service is one of the fastest ways to rebuild your social engagement system. Online recovery communities. If in-person feels too vulnerable right now, start here. Many people find their one safe person in an online space first, and then transition to in-person connection when their nervous system is ready. Here is what to expect. Days 1 through 30. Isolation feels safer than connection. That is normal. Do not force a social life. Focus on one person. The call someone script is enough. Days 30 through 60. Small moments of genuine connection start appearing. A conversation that felt real instead of performed. A laugh that was not rehearsed. Notice these. They are your ventral vagal system coming online. Days 60 through 90. The capacity for vulnerability slowly returns. You might find yourself saying something honest without planning it first. That is progress. That is your nervous system updating its prediction from danger to maybe safe. 90 days and beyond. Relationships start feeling sustainable instead of exhausting. You begin to enjoy people again, not just tolerate them. Some old relationships rebuild, some do not. Both are okay. The new ones might be the ones that surprise you most. Here is what I want you to do this week. Call one person. Use any version of the script. Do not overthink it. Do not evaluate the call afterward. Just make it. One call, one voice. That is the starting line. If there is something we have not covered that you need to hear about, how to handle a specific relationship in recovery, what to do when your family does not support you, how to navigate dating sober, how to rebuild trust with your children, put it in the comments. This show is built around what you are actually going through, not what we think you should hear. You decide what comes next. And whatever you are facing this week, remember, nobody is making this choice for you. Not a sponsor, not a family member, not this podcast. You are choosing to reach out. You are choosing to be seen. That is yours. Nobody gave it to you, and nobody can take it back. The more you understand, the more you own your recovery.